Today is Monday, Parashat Mishpatim. Parasha of this week has in it many mitzvot that are actually Adam lachavero, things that are ordinances in society, that every society would obviously through reason and logic come to the conclusion that it's not good to steal, not good to do certain things that are improper in terms of the rights of other people, in terms of how do you judge people, that there should be the rule of law, things that are logical and based on reason, you could come to these conclusions. These are called Mishpatim. These are not a set of mitzvot called chukim that have no logical explanation to it. These are just laws that were set in the Torah. The parasha of this week starts with the word ve'ele, and these are Mishpatim. Typically, you don't start a new chapter, or a new paragraph, or a new parasha with the word and. So why is this vav in Hebrew, which means and, there at the beginning of this parasha? To teach us the same way that the 10 commandments were given at Har Sinai from Hashem, ve'ele hamishpatim, and these ordinances are also given at Har Sinai. And you don't just follow these rules in this parasha of Mishpatim because your logic or your reason or society's culture says that it's the right thing to do, but you follow them because they were given at Har Sinai and they're a divine commandment. Because if you rely only on your logic and reason, you might come to conclusions that are totally improper. During the Holocaust, the Germans were a most cultured society. They were very advanced in science. They were very enlightened, quote unquote, in terms of their music and their poetry and their literature. So on the face of it, maybe conclusions that they arrived to through their own reasoning and their own logic would be always proper, and after all, it's an educated society. Yet, through their logic and their reason, they were just able to justify the killing of millions. People can come to totally wrong conclusions if they were to rely only on their own logic and their own reason. Shlomo HaMelech said, "Ve'el binatcha al tisha'en." On your binatcha, your understanding, don't rely on your understanding, because you can come sometimes to totally crazy conclusions. We see today in society that we live in, some of the values of this culture that we live in sometimes were arrived to through people using their own logic and their own reasoning and coming to the totally wrong conclusions. Things that are harmful in the long run to the society, to people, to family life, etc. That's why the parasha starts ve'ele hamishpatim, vav, and these are the commandments. You follow the Torah, and these, even those things that seem to be logical because they were divine mitzvot, they're from Hashem, and you follow them because Hashem said so, not because your logic or your reason leads you to do that mitzvah, that other mitzvah. And it's a totally different perspective on these things. You can be sometimes an honest man, a person that is careful about the feelings of others, but in the course of whatever you're doing, your logic and your reasoning sometimes might be something that is subjectively arrived to and totally wrong. But if you go always by the way of the Torah, that the Mishpatim and the chukim and everything that you follow, the mitzvot, are because Hashem commanded so. The Torah is then your inspiration, then you have nothing to worry about. You'll always do the right thing, because after all, the mitzvot in the Torah are given at Har Sinai, and they're divine mitzvot. They're not just based on human logic, which sometimes could be wrong. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.